What a good weekend, huh?
Yeah.
What a fire weekend.
Yes.
A game that I thought was very entertaining. Started slow at first, but it was
the intro, brother.
very good. No, we're running it, bro.
Oh,
We're doing
okay.
this intro.
All right.
And I can't even hate on the Kansas City Chiefs because they're winners.
Oh, yeah.
I can't hate on the Chiefers. They're winners. The Niners are wieners. And they've got it done, bro. They just got it done in overtime. We'll talk about the overtime rules. We'll talk about what the Niners did wrong. We'll talk about the new dynasty that's happened. But the most important question that I have that everybody might be asking is Usher piping Alicia Keys.
Smacking them cheeks.
Swiss beats his mouth.
Bruh, my dad was hilarious, dog. He's like, shit, I be doing that too.
he was filling up on Alicia Keys, brother. I'm telling you.
Hey, bro, why not? Next time you're gonna be in an opportunity like that?
She was my little crush.
Hey, bro, she could have pushed him off. Hey, but you know what's funny is that
she had that smile, bro. All I see was like this: how guys be hugging up your girl at work, or this how dudes be hugging hugging their girls when they're in line to pay for something. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm talking about?
Got me angry for a second. My girl works with none but guys, huh?
You know what Theo Vaughn said about drinking Monster?
I beat my wife.
He's like, they're good, but they make you want to pee. Make you want to go home and beat your wife. And I was like, what? That should caught me off guard. No, man, but that was a good ass game. Chiefs just get it done. Like we talked about it all season. They get the ugly wins.
Man, yeah, and
it was an ugly win, man. I mean, it looked like everything was supposed to go for the Niners' way. It looked like the Niners were gonna win. And
pick my name.
That one. That one had there was a little spice to it, but it had a good flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like everything, but also it looked like Niners were dealing with a lot of injury. Christian McCaffrey was banged up a little. Drake Greenlaw was just super unfortunate. I'm not making excuses for him, but they had a battle through adversity. Even then, they still like theoretically should have won. Like statistically, they should have won. But
they just didn't win at all three facets of the game. Offense, defense, special team. They didn't win.
Their defense was doing this job.
No, their defense was really, really good.
And it just like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Nah, for Kansas City too.
Oh, that as well. But I'm talking about like, I think the offense just sold, bro. Shanahan sold the book. So
that's your take. Let's jump right into like, what did you take out of all 5 quarters really? Because it was down to the last 3 seconds. All 5 quarters. What did you take away from 49ers and the Chiefs? Like, what was your...
I'll start for Niners. Right away, it looked like their defense is shutting down Mahomes. And that we were all talking about it. This is the best way to beat Mahomes is to make sure he doesn't have the ball long. And if he does have the ball, try to get him off the field right away.
Yeah.
And they were doing that for the whole first half. It was looking like, we got another Patriots versus Rams type of Super Bowl. It's going to be very slow scoring. Third quarter came. They picked off Mahomes. They forced 3 punts in a row, 3 and outs in a row. And it's like they put their offense in a great position to score, great field position each time they got the ball. Fourth quarter started getting a little like softer coverages.
Well, you're forgetting, bro. They were up 10 points, dog.
Yeah.
They were up 10 points in the third
halftime.
quarter.
Yeah.
And at halftime?
Going into half. Third quarter.
So they're up 10 points. Check this shit out. You're up 10 points. What do they do as soon as they come out in the second half? What do they do? First 3 drives in the third quarter, bro. He does not run the ball.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the defense perspective first. And I was gonna go over that.
Oh, sorry.
Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he ended the game 80-80.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, and the touchdown. Obviously, the fumble, whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, they didn't run the ball. It was like pass, pass.
You confused me. Sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
So it's pass, and it looked like they were trying to feed that MVP. Because if the Niners win, it would have been unanimously Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Because statistically, Brock Purdy didn't have the numbers, and it was just pass, and he was forcing a lot of throws that could have been intercepted multiple times. And like how we said last episode, these receivers versus DBs. Trent McDuffie and Jerry Sneed are fucking legit. And they just put the straps on Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. Juwan Jennings had the bigger game for the receivers.
Bro, Ayuk caught 3 passes.
Yeah, Deebo Samuel caught like 2 or 3 as well.
He was banged up. Like
Yeah.
he was in and out.
He had that hamstring injury when he was running a route. But Juwan Jennings, he threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown. He had the better game out of the receiving core. And McCaffrey had the better game and he was a running back. So I just thought that Shanahan really shit the bed. And am I surprised? No. We saw it against the Patriots when he was the Falcons offensive coordinator. We saw it in the last Super Bowl when the Chiefs played the Niners when they were up 20-10. And we saw it again when they were up by 10 and just.
Yeah, that's interesting because we were watching it together, and you were saying that, you know, like towards the end, or even when the game was over, you're like, bro, like that was dumb, and I agree that was dumb. Like, but I don't think he did such a bad job, like coaching wise. I don't because ultimately, bro, it went to overtime.
Yeah.
And they held the lead until the last 2 minutes of the game. And then which made them tie it because he can't control his kicker missing the extra point. He can't control that. Like if that would have happened.
He didn't even admit it got blocked.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like if that would have happened, it wouldn't have went into overtime, bro.
No, the Chiefs would have had it gone for a touchdown.
They would have gone for touchdown.
So it was that whole extra point kind of changed the whole trajectory of the game.
So it's like things like that. That's kind of how I view the 49ers side of things. Like they played as good as you can play without a superstar quarterback. Because if you have a superstar quarterback, if you have let's say Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, those caliber, you know, quarterbacks, they can will you to success.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole talk on the 49ers side of things is, can Brock Purdy get it done?
Right.
He was good. Like we said, this whole playoff, he's very good.
Didn't turn over the ball.
He didn't make too many mistakes. He did look a little, because I think he was 3 for 12 on blitzes, bro.
Yeah, and it just, he had Ayuk and Debo open on those obviously he was still pressured on each of those throws, but both were overthrown, and it's just like
it's just
you had to make those throws, unfortunately.
It's just exactly what has been for KC for as long as Patrick Mahomes has been there. Mm-hmm. Luck is on their side, bro. Luck is on their side. Look, think of fucking the Bills game, a missed field goal. Yeah. You get me? Like throughout the playoffs, aside from the Baltimore and Miami game, which they whooped the fuck out of Miami, and because that's what they played first round, right? Miami, and then they go over to fucking
Buffalo
or Baltimore, and Baltimore was a tight game, but man, like it was like touch and go throughout the season and in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but yeah, bro, it's just how it goes when you are that great. With greatness comes luck, bro. It favors the greatness for some fucking reason.
I mean, that ball barely nicked the dude's ankle on the
it's
punt.
like, and what's crazy is
that's just
Tony Romo or somebody was saying like, yeah, KC's special teams is before this happened. He's like, their special teams is very, very good. And I was like, what the fuck does that matter? No, there's not gonna be no kick returns, returns
right
in the Super Bowl, bro. And then that shit happens like the next possession. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, man. What did you think of KC on KC's side of things? Because you had the Niners winning.
I can't. It's just moving forward, bro. I can't.
You can't pick against them, bro. I knew it.
I can't, bro. And they proved it throughout. And this was their hardest playoff road
and season in general, bro.
And they doubled and they fucking went back to back, bro. They went against Miami, who was a scary offense.
Mm-hmm.
Scary offense.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, who's a scary team, and went down to the wire. They still got those ugly wins. They got it done. Baltimore, the best defense we have seen in a long time.
Yeah, since like the Legion of Boom. Yeah. And then they play this stacked team with great coaching. I'm telling you, bro, like, this is not even me shitting on Brock Purdy, but like, this goes to show how much, because they damn near played obviously, shit happens. Like, turnovers. When does Christian McCaffrey fumble? Never.
Right.
And then the special team shit.
It's unfortunate.
But other than those, like, 2 mistakes, bro.
And the overtime, they had a missed block on that, which led to a field goal. It was just a missed block.
But it's like, other than those 2, like, big mistakes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the blocked field goal. But it's like, come on, how could you change that? But it's like those 3 little things, man. They played a perfect game. Their defense was great. their offensively was very solid. Like in a Super Bowl against a great defense too.
Right. In overtime when they were third down before they
Bro,
kicked
they
the
had
field
like
goal,
third and longs.
I think Debo was open, but then Chris Jones was left unblocked. So that's why.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, but man, it's just like I don't know what to say.
All it takes is two.
You can't mess
mistakes.
up with. You can't make mistakes against Kansas City.
All it takes is one or two.
And what's fucked up is they're only gonna get better. Kansas City's only gonna get better.
Travis Kelce's coming back.
Chris
Rashee
Jones,
Rice is only
Chris
going to
Jones
get
said
better.
he's coming back.
I'm not surprised, bro.
He said it on the podium. He's like, I'm coming for 3.
Yeah, imagine first ever.
First ever. I don't like that though. I don't like them talking like that. I get it, but it's like back to work, brother. Like,
yeah, it's a whole new season.
no, I wouldn't like. I get it though.
But they'll get to playoffs for sure. Like that's a given. I can't see them missing playoffs.
So
I'm not saying they're in a weak division, but like they'll make it.
So what'd you take out of Patrick Mahomes, their defense, their performance, all in all? Like how did you analyzing the game like we were? I know it's hard with my brother fucking talking as much as he does.
He was a wizard, brother.
He was having some shit right, but I'm just like
Bubba's a wizard.
Bubba's a wizard.
Bubba's a wizard. He's a wizard, Harry.
Yeah.
But man, just through the adversity that the offense went through, they still pulled together, got it done. Rashee Rice, bro, he's only gonna get better next year.
He didn't even get that many looks.
And I'm just surprised. Like, I'm not surprised, but I'm just wondering. I'm kind of excited to see, because I see Kansas City as a perfect landing spot for players, bro.
D-Hop. I know.
I think even like Michael Pittman or receivers are going into free agency. Why not go to Kansas City?
Why not take a pay cut to win?
And be not just like, oh, maybe we'll win. Like, you'll have a great chance to win.
Yeah.
So I think that team just gonna get better. Their fucking DBs are insane.
And they're young, bro. Pacheco's his second year. Rashee Rice second year. First year.
Trent McDuffie, Isaiah Pacheco, and George Karlaftis. I can't say his name. They're all in the same draft. They're all in the same draft, brother.
Jesus.
That team is gonna be good for a long time. Mahomes is still young. Obviously he's stuck on that contract for. Obviously, it just depends on if Kelsey retires after next year.
I think they draft a tight end, bro.
That's not a bad move.
That's not just to give him a break. Like
historically, Chiefs produce good tight ends.
That's true.
So that just
yeah, bro.
Man, like
it's
they're the honestly, new Patriots, bro.
It's such a sight to see, bro. Wow.
Can't hate greatness.
It's such a sight to see. Like, I know I hate on the throughout the season. I've hated on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I guess even with the Patriots at their peak of their dynasties, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like watching them win, but watching KC win, bro, I'm like, it's fun. It's fun because somehow, some way, because Brady wouldn't break off a 30-yard run like Patrick Mahomes did to literally, he did it twice, bro. 12-yard run, 30-yard run.
I feel like Andy Reid's coaching is like more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Fun, more tricky, more, they do some fun plays, bro. Bill Belichick obviously going to be more to the books, more old school. Andy Reid's
conservative, man. Yeah, it's just, it seems like, man, and he's only 28. Patrick Mahomes is 28, bro. Turning 29 this year. Bro, he's got 7-8 years left of prime.
Went to 4 bowls? 4,
because he's lost 1.
Yeah, to the Bucks.
Jeez, bro. What's crazy is that in every Super Bowl win, he's been down double digits.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. And they've never had besides Kelsey, never had major weapons.
Hill was their biggest weapon, and
I'm stupid. That was stupid of me. Yes, Tyreek
Hill was their biggest weapon, and him leaving was
that was is the dynasty over? And then they win the next year, and then they win again 2 years later.
He could have had 3 rings if he would have stayed. Obviously, he's getting paid like $70 million, so he's got the bag.
So
that AFC, the whole playoff is going to be fun next year.
Yeah, I mean it was this year for the most part
because Baltimore's going to be back. I think they'll get receivers this year.
Buffalo, they're talking about fucking Diggs leaving, bro.
But he won't take a pay cut. He'll get. I feel like he's the type of player to want the bag. Get the bag like in Baltimore. I feel like Baltimore would play him. But I mean, no. Ravens still got to re-sign Patrick Queen.
They need some fucking firepower and offense, bro. Imagine Saquon goes to Baltimore, bro.
Not bad, brother. That's a great pickup,
bro. I would do. You need something for him.
But you also need a receiver.
But you need something, bro. J.K. Dobbins was.
You need something to level the playing field.
Yeah, like you just need something offensively. Like your run game's gonna be that regardless. And I know we're getting off track here, but yeah, man. I mean, we can maybe talk about that next week. Just like,
yeah.
But what'd you think about Taylor Swift being shown so much? So really quickly, I want to say my dad before the game, he's like, "All right, let's play this game. However many times they show Taylor Swift, we gotta take a shot." I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not doing that shit, bro." Yeah. Dog, they showed her like 11 times.
It was 10, 11 times, bro.
Which it was. Granted, it was for seconds, like 1, 2, and then it's off. But a lot they showed her. A lot.
You probably wouldn't have made it to the overtime if you were playing that game, because I know I saw it like on Twitter or something like that.
Like, bro, you're playing 10 shots, bro.
And and most of them were like a lot. I think a couple of times were like back-to-back times that they showed it.
Fuck. Whoa. Oh shit, man.
But that was a good Super Bowl, man. It was one of the better ones. It was one of the better halftime shows I've seen. I don't know why it got hate. I thought it was dope. He brought a lot of artists out that I think people were just mad because he didn't bring out Justin Bieber. But
yeah, so they were saying like, it's the racism. They're like, why didn't Taylor come out? Where's Bieber?
It's the ism, huh?
Yeah, it's the ism, bro. Because man, that halftime. Remember in the beginning we were like, it sounds weird, right? His mic was a little fucked
off,
up.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's because he needed to dance. That's what it was. Because I was listening to somebody say, like, he needed to dance and he wanted to show like him dancing comfortably.
The skate was dope. The skating was dope.
Bro, that honestly, dog, like best halftime show I've seen.
Because he brought out so many people. Ludacris, Lil Jon, her playing that guitar was
that shit
fire,
was fire,
bro. A lot of people were saying she didn't really play that, but she plays guitar.
God.
She's a
fucking haters, bro. Everybody's gonna hate on something.
She plays
bro.
guitar great, like in all of her songs, all her performances. She plays guitar great.
Yeah.
Who else did he bring out? Alicia Keys.
That was fire, bro. It was great. He has endless hits, and he played all the ones that we wanted to hear, bro. The game was great, bro. That was the best Super Bowl I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, first playoff game with the new overtime rule, which the Niners said
let's hear
know.
That, bro. And
overtime rules, which is kind of like
that's bullshit too, because they got him on the sideline mic'd up. They're like, so Kyle Juszczyk was like, so we score a touchdown, the game's still not over, right? He's like, right, and then they're like, yeah. So that's bullshit, bro.
And then he's the one that same thing. They were like, "Oh, I thought we scored a field goal and we will win."
Yeah, dumbass. We fucking caught you in 4K lying.
Even
bro.
if you score a field goal, that doesn't win you the game. That's like way old overtime rules.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like they would have got the ball back either way. Now Shanahan was just like, "Oh, you should have went for it on 4th down. You should have went for the touchdown, and put the pressure on the Chiefs to like have to score."
Yeah.
But now in playoffs in the future, it doesn't matter if you get ball first.
Yeah. No.
Obviously, you want to score first, put the pressure on the team, but
what's crazy?
It's not over.
It goes to show like leadership, because they said Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and the Chiefs studied that shit all playoffs, at least twice a week. That's nuts. Why? Because that just shows their preparedness to win. Period.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
by any means necessary, bro. That's fucking crazy, dog. Like.
That's why they sets them apart.
Yeah.
That's what sets them apart to all these other teams. That's what Kansas City and Seattle sets them apart from all these other teams.
Yep. Shit like that. When I see shit like that, I'm like, that's why they're fucking great, bro. It's just the attention to detail, bro.
You didn't hear me,
huh? Huh?
You didn't hear me?
No, what'd you say?
I was like, that's what Kansas City and Seattle.
Stupid, bro. I was just hyped right now because I'm like, bro, that's fucking badass, bro. That's just like that shit like that gets me hyped because it's like
I was like, oh, he agrees.
it gets me hyped because it's like you want to know, like in general, like I want to know what it takes to be great, like
Yeah.
in whatever, and that is the epitome of what it takes to be great. Something that they don't even know what's gonna happen. They don't know if you're gonna go in overtime.
Yeah.
You don't know. You're Patrick Mahomes. You're Andy Reid. You're the second greatest duo of all time. Of all time,
They could get to 7.
man.
Tom Brady got to 7 at 45.
Yeah, 44. I think he was 44 in his last Super Bowl.
This dude has 10 years, about 10 years. Or if he wants to play until 45, obviously he has almost 20 years.
Good grief. He has the 17 years, yeah. Which I don't think he will. Because even if he gets 5, that's a lot of fucking rings.
But why
bro.
go for 7? Go for fucking 8. Get that record.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot of years.
Fuck the comparisons. You get 8, you're the best ever. If you get tied, you're going to have those, wow, I watched Tom Brady all my time, and he's number 1.
Yeah.
He's number 1 in my eyes, Bubba. All right?
Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
Bubba Rooney, huh? But I'm excited, bro. Next year is going to be dope. There's a lot of free agents, unrestricted free agents.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see the moves. I'm excited to see where players go, new teams for this draft. This draft is super talented.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we'll talk about it more in the future. I'll probably go to Indy and scout somebody and just see what I'll have them on my board.
What to wrap this up, what's your expectation for both teams next year? Niners.
Kansas City, I'll see them back in playoffs for sure without a given. We don't know about Broncos quarterback situation, Raiders, their quarterback situation.
I think Raiders are going to be good next year, bro.
Yeah. That's a hot take.
I think Raiders are going to be good.
And then Buffalo, right? No, am I tripping?
No,
Chargers.
it's Chargers.
We'll see how that goes with Jim Harbaugh.
That could be tough, bro. That can
go good or very bad.
Well, bro, it's just tough. It's tough going from college. We've seen it. When is the last college coach worked out as a head coach? Hasn't, bro. Pete Carroll's like one of the few, bro.
Right. This is an anomaly.
Yeah, like you don't.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh came from college, almost won a bowl. He's been there, but he was gifted a great team. I remember that he got gifted that great team in 11. Team was fire.
From 11 to 17 he was a coach, and bro, he was like I said, gifted.
That team was fire,
and he had a very good quarterback in Alex Smith, and he had Colin Kaepernick. And you know what I'm saying?
Was Jimmy G there? No,
I don't think so. But so where do you see
Niners?
The Niners.
Well, the Niners ended the year off pretty banged up. Dre Greenlaw's most likely going to be out next year, so they do either have to re-sign that backup linebacker that they have, Flowers, I think his name was, or go on the market and get somebody on a 1 year.
Do they have money, bro?
I don't think they got that much, bro, because they were saying Ayuk.
They signed Kittle.
Yeah,
McCaffrey's
Purdy's due for.
Nah, I think he's got one more year.
One more year.
Yeah, because this is 3 years.
Unless, what if he wants to get that extension now?
No, he can't until his 3rd year.
Until his 3rd year?
Because I think they're signed to 4. This is his 3rd year coming up. After this year, because that's the rule or whatever.
Yeah, okay. And well, they gotta pay. They were saying Ayuk is a free agent. I didn't see him on the list, but I'm assuming he is. So that team might change.
But it's a great organization. John Lynch is great. They draft amazing. Somehow, some way, they always fucking get the steals of the draft.
I think they'll be good for sure. I just think next year will be more of a battle to get back.
And the NFC is going to get better, bro.
Yeah.
Like the Rams are going to get better. The fucking Seahawks are going to get better. Like I know it might take a step back, but just, getting a great coach.
Green Bay's going to get better.
Green Bay's getting better.
Lions are going to get better.
Yes.
Cowboys, they're probably going to get better if they draft smarter. And obviously they had to deal with injuries. But they're going to have to face talent next year. So who knows if they're going to take a step back or if they could take a step forward and get back to the bowl.
This is, we're going to, NFC West is going to be that division again, watch. To where it's like every team's at least 9 wins. I could see the Cardinals sucking next year, but I could also see us being 8-9 wins.
It just depends if you guys can get Marvin Harrison.
We're going to get him, bro.
That's a tough. I mean, it's just gonna be nerve wracking to wait 3 picks, and you're just gonna be waiting. Because 3 quarterbacks in a row, that'll be pretty rare. But
Yeah, but not if they trade.
yeah,
Not if they trade, and somebody's gonna definitely take a quarterback. But that's true though. Like, when do you see 3 quarterbacks in a row? Because I don't know.
Well, got anything else for the Super Bowl 58?
I wanted to tell you something.
Also, that was pretty dope winning the Super Bowl in Vegas.
Oh yeah, what'd you think about like just the media prior to that? Like that shit looked crazy, right?
The whole media room.
Like just in general, like the week of the Super Bowl, like everybody was in Vegas.
Yeah, bro. That's
everybody.
Dope, Vegas made a lot of money.
Ton of money. And like I was pissed off this whole past week, bro. No podcast came out, bro, because everybody was in Vegas. Everybody was in fucking Vegas, bro.
The who's, huh?
Yeah, man. And hey, Cam Newton was smart, bro. He set up a booth there and was filming his podcast. And Busting with the Boys, they did that too. They were filming podcasts while.
That's smart.
That's smart, right? Because everybody's gonna fucking be there. So
that's dope. Get it live.
Did you hear that Taylor Swift kicked Kanye out of the?
I heard that, but I don't know how true that is.
Because I seen Kanye at the end of the game just walking out of his area. I bet you Taylor, because he wanted to be next to Taylor Swift so that he could be in the background. That's genius. I was like, that's smart. But Taylor Swift heard that. She's like, she's like, I don't want him around me or I'm not going to be there. So I'm sure they just moved him to a different section. But I thought that was interesting.
It was kind of funny. I thought Ice Spice fell out of place there.
I know she looked weird. It looked weird, but shit,
she got there.
She had her fro going. That's cool, bro. That's cool.
Jason Kelsey was like, "Am I the shit or the fart?"
That was funny, bro.
That was dope, man. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, it's fun, bro.
Daniel here grilled it up for us, and
tried, man.
He had no leftovers.
I tried, brother. I tried to tell this guy. I know how to get down on some shit, but
he didn't have any leftovers though.
Yeah,
that was a bit rough, huh?
Yeah, bro. I didn't have lunch the next day.
That was a bit sad. I was looking at the kitchen before it was stolen. I was like, "Damn, this dude's about to eat good for the next couple days." I know,
bro. I don't got shit.
Go back and it was like, no good.
It's no good.
All right, man. That concludes Super Bowl 58. Our thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah.
Swiss Beats, get your girl. Usher said, "Don't leave your girl around me." You didn't listen.
I know.
And sorry to hear that. But this coming up weekend on Saturday, February 17th, 297, Volk versus Topuria for the featherweight championship of the world. I am super excited for this card.
Yes.
296 was
lackluster.
It was a roller coaster. A boring and whack.
This is 298.
297, brother.
Bro,
this is 298. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
297 was the trash one with Strickland.
Yeah. And Dick Blesses. So 298, man. I am super excited. This main card is stacked from top to bottom.
Yes.
Bottom to top. Whether you're a top or a bottom, you're going to like this card. I am super excited. We can go into it. We can give our predictions.
Being bottom, bitch. I'm excited too.
Nice, brother. And as MMA specialist, we got good predictions. And I think we can go 5 for 5.
Well, I'm going 5 for 5. 5 for 5. I'm going 5 for 5, bro. I don't know about you, dog.
Well, don't call me a Wendy's, but I'm definitely 5 for 5, not 4 for 4.
Hey, really quick, how you doing with the ladies, bro?
What's up?
How you doing with the girls, bro? The ladies.
Cool.
Ladies, nuts on your face, bitch.
Oh, damn. I thought you was actually trying to check on my well-being, you hoe. Fuck you, man. All right. Where do you get these from? We called you a slur, man. Where'd you get that one from?
Yeah, from the depths of my mind.
The dark web, huh?
Oh, sorry, bro. I had to fucking get that in before we got into the real shit.
We're trying to like, oh, well.
This man said my well-being.
I was like, yeah, but ask me that in a while. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah.
Because, bro, I know your journey. I understand your journey. I respect this.
I thought you had forgotten. I was like,
I ain't gonna ask about these bitches out here.
I was like, well, I haven't been anywhere, but All right.
All right. Sorry.
So I'm gonna pull up the card.
Yeah.
And we'll get into detail about it. We'll get into statisticals. Now, I'm super excited for this card. I think people, my opinion. Do you want to talk for the first fight or the main event?
Let's go first to last.
First to last. So this whole card is stacked.
Yeah, very much.
And I am very surprised. I've heard all the fights on here talked about. People excited about them. But personally, I haven't heard anybody talk about this Russian Chase Hooper, Roman Kopylov, who's an absolute savage. He is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's the underdog coming into this fight versus 15th ranked Anthony Hernandez. Kopylov is on a 4-fight win streak. I think Kopylov, he's 185. I think he's going to be one of the better fighters up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just a savage, bro. One of the fastest head kicks I've seen in a very long time. He's 12-2, and I think this fight is going to be a banger starting off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with Kopylov. I think that's going to be a banger. It's a 3-round fight. I think it goes to a finish. I don't think I can see this fight going decision.
I don't know if you know much about the other guy. I didn't know much about him until I'd seen this video. So they were breaking down this fight, actually. When Kopylov came in the UFC, he lost 2 in a row, right? So he lost 2 in a row. You know how he lost them? On the ground, bro.
Yeah, he's one of the few Russians that doesn't really.
Yeah, he's a striker. So he lost his 2 fights on the ground, and I think he's been 4 or 5-0 since.
Something like that.
Something like that in the
probably
UFC.
4.
Either way, he's been really, really good since. And this guy he's fighting is a grappler. So, and this guy that he's fighting is also on a 4-fight win streak. And he averages 7 takedowns a fight.
Damn.
So he's obviously very talented on the ground.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was interesting, bro. Because this dude clearly, well, I'm not gonna say clearly, Kopylov, I'm not gonna say clearly, but he is not as good as this guy on the ground.
No. Yeah, his ground game is not notable at all.
So
But
I mean,
his
I could.
striking is definitely. elite.
I agree, but I could totally see this fight being boring and this guy just manhandling Kopylov. I could see that.
Well, yeah, we also have heard that he probably hasn't gotten better on the ground. I mean, we've heard it. UFC fighters don't really get better until.
So I mean,
champions.
that's I'm gonna definitely go with his name is Hernandez, right? Anthony Hernandez. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna be honest too, though. I have not seen him fight.
You think submission or you think snoozer?
I think it's a snoozer, brother. I think it's a snoozer. He averages 7 takedowns a fight, which means he doesn't hold the guys down too long, or unless he takes them down two times a fucking round,
Right.
which is not probably the case.
Deal, right?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna go with him just because I mean, if you're good on the ground at 185, I could just see it. This is a fight at 185. I could see it being a snoozer, bro. If he gets down on the ground and just fucking hugs him to death,
Yeah.
I see that.
But definitely you don't want to bang with this dude.
Yeah,
Kopylov is a fucking savage.
I agree. What's
Come back
what's
to
the
this.
odds?
Kopylov is going to be a top 5 contender in about a year and a half. That is my prediction. He's going to be a savage.
What's the odds right now?
The odds, I'm not sure.
Oh, it doesn't show it on
It
there.
doesn't tell me.
It doesn't matter. Because I seen it was like minus 120. It's a pick 'em, bro.
Well, the odds aren't there.
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
They're
But
both
even.
11-2, 12-2. They're
It's a
both
pretty even fight.
evenly matched.
Odd wise or even.
Yeah.
So on to the second main event fight. We got Merab Dvalishvili.
Dvalishvili.
Forgive me. Versus Henry Cejudo, who is the underdog coming into this fight.
That's
who
crazy.
fired his coaches on embedded.
What'd you think about that?
It's kind of foul. I feel like
I
that
thought it
doesn't
was
have
fake.
to be.
I think it's fake.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be public. Like
I think
I
because
feel like that's something privately. Imagine you working at a job and yet you're getting.
Did you watch the
filmed.
video?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Do you think that's how a coach would take being fired on camera?
I mean, what can you do? Just be like, nah, like.
I think you'd be like, bro, really? You're gonna do this right now? Like, what? The camera's here? I think that's how you handle.
I think he handled it better than.
If that's a natural reaction, bro, this is the nicest man of all time.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was real. I bet you I think it's just for people to talk about him. Because that's how Henry is, bro. He's kind of he's corny.
Yeah.
He's obviously the king of cringe, whatever the fuck he says. It's just probably to get more. I think it's crazy that this is the second fight to open it up.
Yeah, dude. This is basically the winner fights for the belt.
That's exactly what this is. And Sean O'Malley was like, bro, that's how fucking boring these guys are. Nobody's talking about this fight on this card, and these guys aren't even the co-main.
He has a point.
So, but who do you got in this fight?
It's a 3-round fight. If it was a 5-rounder, I probably would have got Marab because of his fucking insane cardio.
I agree.
But I go Henry. I give him the edge on the feet. And obviously, he's an Olympic wrestler, bro. I'm not going to discredit his wrestling at all. Marab is a fantastic wrestler as well. But even though Henry is the underdog, I'd put my money on Henry.
Yeah, I'm going Henry, bro. Just because, I mean, there's something to being an Olympic fucking gold medalist in wrestling.
And he's been there. He's been on those champion fights. He's a double champion. He's been there. He's admitted it. He made mistakes in Aljamain Sterling.
But that fight was so fucking close, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he got to the drawing board, went to this fight to see what he did, and I just don't see Henry making those same mistakes. So I see this fight. Marab is definitely gonna have to shoot for 60 takedowns, like how he basically did against Jose Aldo. But
that was a 5-rounder, though, huh?
Yeah.
So I don't
give me Henry.
Yeah, I got Henry, bro.
So third main event fight, we got Jeff Neal versus Ian Machado Gary. Gary is a minus 245 favorite, and Jeff Neal's a plus 200 underdog. And if you pick Jeff Neal, that is not a bad bet, because Jeff Neal took Shavkat Ramonov to the fucking waters.
Bro, he fucking tagged him bad, bro.
Yeah, that was a very close fight. That was 1-1 going into the third round. Shavkat's toughest fight.
And he's the scariest man in the division right now.
Yeah. So Ian was supposed to fight Vincent Luque, but he got sick. Jeff Neal knocked out Vincent Luque. So
Vicente,
perdóname. If you want to do MMA,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I don't know.
I think this fight is closer than people think. Ian's definitely
100%.
gonna have to put on a show, and
this definitely isn't gonna be a boring fight. That's what's good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not going to be a boring fight. What do you got?
I want to lean towards Ian. His striking's great, but I can't. It's going to be tough to count out Jeff Neal. I think the odds should be a lot closer, because Jeff Neal, I mean, he was a title contender. We had talked about it. I mean, this is going to be a tough fight.
I think he got injured or something happened.
It's going to be a tough fight for Ian Gary regardless, bro. But he needs to win, and he wins it in fashion, just so it can kind of boost up his confidence from all the news stuff about being a cuck. Obviously, that's all going to linger around.
Being a cuck.
But, he definitely needs this win.
So you're going Ian Gary?
I'm going to go Ian Gary. Yeah. I mean, obviously, he's up and coming. It'll be exciting to see something new in the welterweight division.
I'm going Jeff Neal, bro. I think
that's not a bad pick at all.
I just think the disrespect on Jeff Neal's name, man, he has gotten finished before. I just don't see Ian Gary finishing him.
But the way Shavkat finished him was fucking choke standing up.
Yeah, he's also lost, I forget. I remember. It was Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert Burns TKO. It was TKO by Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns is a fucking dog.
But that was 3-4 years ago. Gilbert Burns, the dog. Gilbert Burns.
That's the Gilbert Burns that tagged Kamaru.
Yes.
People forget about that Gilbert Burns.
So when I see Jeff Neal, especially when he came back, bro. When he came back, he fought fucking Shavkat, bro.
And who wants that?
Who wants it? And bro, almost won that fucking fight.
Yeah, dude.
He just one simple mistake, and that's obviously with those kind of guys, you can't make mistakes. But can you say he's got the advantage on the feet? Sure, I'm talking Ian Gary. Does Ian Gary? Yes, because of his kicks, but man, you do not want to get hit, because who was Ian Gary got tagged by?
It was one of his fights. It was before Daniel Rodriguez. He got tagged. He was pretty busted up. Not tagged, but he was busted up because it took him to the third round to finish that dude. I forgot his name, but
he hasn't really fought too many people, bro.
Right, he hasn't fought a hitter like Jeff Neal.
I don't know what's his name, Rodriguez. He's a little thicker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. D-Rod. he was a striker, but he's not that. He's not that.
Yeah, I don't know how Ian's chin is. I don't know if it's suspicious or not.
That's what my thinking is. I'm like, bro, he's not really fought people
names,
like that.
This is his biggest test.
This is his big, because Vicente Luque was going to be his biggest test.
This to me is a harder fight.
Way harder fight. And him wearing his mugshot on his fucking shirt, I didn't like that. I thought that was stupid. Yeah, man, I would love. Some of these up and coming guys need to get fucking humbled, bro. Because bro, he was talking shit about Neil Magny, like, bro, and then he fought Neil Magny. I'm like,
and he didn't finish him.
Bro, I just wasn't impressed with that. Like, yes, you beat the shit out of Neil Magny. Sorry, bro. Neil Magny's on everybody's fucking highlights, dog.
Yeah.
Neil Magny gets fucked up by all the up and coming dudes.
I mean, at least he got a win, right? Last month.
Yeah, he did. And that was a last minute fucking fight, but
hell yeah,
he was getting his ass whooped
until like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm impressed by Ian Gary. I am. He's a great striker. I'm not gonna say great. He's a really good striker. But I just think Jeff Neal's a vet, bro. He's a vet. He's super talented. Never really got that shine and recognition. And if he beats Ian Gary, I hope he gets humbled. These guys need to get humbled, bro. These loud guys, and I can't wait to talk about this main event, bro. But these like loud guys who think that they're better than what they are, have barely any skin in this game. Like, man, I need these guys to get humbled, bro. And I hope Ian Gary does. So I'm going Jeff Neal.
Because I'll put Jeff Neal back in title contention probably for beating a big name like that.
Yeah, 100%. Because what is he ranked? 7, 8 right now?
He's 8.
That's what I thought.
So we're going to the co-main event. We got Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is a plus 170.
The
minus
motherfucker
205 for Robert. The motherfucker himself.
Robert's the favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Every single time I see Paulo Costa's name on like news or something, I think he's pulling out, but it's just like him tweeting some shit or something. But this fight is gonna be a banger, bro. I've seen Costa fight. We've seen Costa fight many times. Dude puts on a show.
Yeah,
he's a savage.
Never a boring fight unless you're fighting Izzy and he just works.
Yeah, works your ass. But Robert Whittaker obviously has the advantage on the ground. I would say he's a better striker, but his chin has been tested. He has been chinned and he has been knocked down, knocked out a couple times since Izzy. So, and Costa, obviously, we know he has the heavy hands. He's the fucking juice to the gills, probably. He walks around 240 lean, maybe.
He's a big motherfucker, bro.
So, obviously, Costa's a 3-rounder, I believe. Yeah, 3-rounder. So, Costa's going to probably empty the gas tank within like the first 2 rounds and try to land some heat. But I got Robert, bro. He's one of my favorite fighters in middleweight, so I'd like to see him get a win.
Yeah.
Get back into contention.
We disagree a lot on this card, bro.
You got Costa?
I got Costa. I got Costa because why is I think since Whittaker lost to DDP, that's a big loss, bro. Like mentally, that's a big loss. Just because imagine it's just like when Izzy lost to Sean, bro. That's mentally is like probably got to be extremely exhausting.
Yeah.
Because everybody and their moms thought you were gonna win this fight, and you not only, well, in Robert's case, you not only lose, you get knocked the fuck out, bro. You get knocked the fuck out to a guy you were not in round 1. He was getting worked in round 1, and then in the beginning of round 2 gets knocked out. So it's coming off that loss. What's Paulo coming off of? It's coming off of a beatdown of Luke Rockhold.
That was his last fight?
That was his last fight.
Dang, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago.
So he beat down Luke Rockhold. Damn, that was 2 years ago. And who did he fight before Luke Rockhold?
I'll check right now. Vittori.
He beat Vittori?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody.
So he's on a 2-fight win streak since Izzy. He's fought in 2020, 2021, and then
I just think the reason why Whittaker's taking this fight is maybe just to stay busy. This is not putting him in title contention because you're also fighting. If you do win, you're fighting a guy who's coming off a 2-year layoff. So that's not putting you back in that spot to potentially get the title back. Maybe, I mean, if you put on a show, which what you mentioned him being a great wrestler. When was the last time he wrestled? Seriously. Like
Not
in a
much.
fight. And he has not
But he
wrestled.
doesn't have that. He does have that background, but that's why I just think I
Bro,
think he's so confident in his striking. But he doesn't have that weapon in his arsenal to wrestle and grapple. And
But yes.
I think I kind of did he grapple with DDP?
Hell no.
Oh, he took down Izzy a couple times in that second fight, but Izzy has good takedown defense. He's a hard dude to take down. But I haven't seen it in display, like full display in a while.
In years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we haven't seen him, wrestle like that in years. Maybe because it's like bad knees. It could be something like that. But I mean, if he's gonna rely on his hands, bro, that's not a guy to rely on your hands. And that's why I'm leaning towards Paulo. I like him. I like Paulo Costa a lot, bro. I like his character. I think he's great for the UFC. I think he's great for the division. It's while Izzy's taking a step back and Sean just lost. I think this is perfect segue for him because if he beats Robert Whittaker, this puts himself in title contention. Title contention because you beat the guy. You beat the guy that also is the champion. DDP knocked him out, and if you knock him out or if you beat him convincingly, that could put you in title contention.
Right, put you right back because he did kind of seem different after losing to Izzy.
Yeah. So I mean. And he, like you said, I don't know how good his chin is these days, bro. I don't know. Yeah. He's getting older. He's not this young
he's
cat.
Chin, bro.
They say your chin goes first. They say power goes first. But once that chin, that crimson chin goes, bro.
Yeah, and Costa has a chin.
That bug got a fucking crimson chin for sure.
Yeah. The chin. Mm-hmm. All right, we got the main event. We got Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria, and I am super excited for this fight. Last time we seen Volk was in his best outing, and the last time we saw Ilia, he put the works and put the hands on Josh Emmett, but he does leave his chin out there as well. So before I even get into those things, they both been head kicked.
Yeah,
they both been head kicked. When Ilia fought Jordan Levitt, he got head kicked in the first round and was dropped, and he puts him out, or not Jordan Levitt, I'm sorry, Herbert. Then he puts the absolute work on Bryce Mitchell, puts the work on Josh Emmett. And do you want to know the odds for this fight?
It's almost even, right?
It's almost even.
Like Volk is the favorite by a little bit, right?
By 4. He's minus 112.
That's insane.
Ilia's minus 108. And they are, I'm not trying to discredit Ilia or anything. I'm not trying to say he's a great fighter. They're saying this is Volk's, I only think this is Volk's hardest fight because he just got knocked out. If he doesn't fight Islam in October and then he fights this fight, I don't think people say it's as close as it is.
100%.
And Ilia is making a documentary about Road to Champ. He changed his whole bio to featherweight world champion, and I get it. You got to have the confidence. That'll make a crazy. They'll do numbers, right? Like he made a whole documentary basically predicting, or he spoke into his existence, whatever. I just think this is a fight where Volk really reminds people who he is and why he is one of the greatest featherweight champions we've ever seen. And that 145 Volk is completely different than 155 Volk. And if he beats him, then what? Then what can you say? I give him the GOAT status at featherweight if he wins this fight. Because there's not much more people you can fight at this division, unless you run it back with Max.
Jesus.
But I think this is the fight where Volk really reminds people who he is. I think Ilia falls on his own sword and relies on his hands too much, leaves his chin out there and tries to really go out there swinging. But obviously, he has great striking, clearly. But I just think Volk is so much levels above, and he's been there before. I think he outstrikes him, which is crazy to say. And plus, we've seen his wrestling. He has that thing in his bag. But I think Volk puts on an absolute clinic because they were saying Yair is one of the more crazier strikers we've ever seen. He could possibly be a threat to Volk. Max is one of the greatest strikers we've ever seen. And it's just that Volk adjusts better than I've ever seen than anybody do. Yeah. So I got Volk
Yeah, I'm going Volk 100%, bro. I agree. It is mad disrespectful that Vegas and everybody, is thinking this is even money. Um I'll say the same thing I kind of said towards uh who was I talking about when I said who has he fought? Who was I just talking about?
Yeah.
Who whatever, it doesn't matter, but
Oh, Ian.
yeah, Ian. And these guys thinking they are something they're not. Ilya Tapora's most notable win is he beat the fuck out of Josh Emmett.
Right.
You know who else beat the fuck out of Josh Emmett? Yair Rodriguez. Beat the shit out of him. Not beat the shit out of him. It was a good fight, but he beat him convincingly.
He finished him.
He finished him. And this was the same type of talk. I feel like the hype is more around Topuria because he hasn't lost. He's 14-0.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, I maybe it's just the UFC promoting him so well, promoting Topuria so well.
I think so.
That it's convinced everybody or a lot of people to think that this fight's going to be closer than it is. Volk is extremely, and we've seen this, at 145 pounds. We've seen this at 155 pounds too in
The first
fight.
Correct.
He's extremely fucking strong. With Islam, he took Islam down. Ground and pound with Islam, bro. He is extremely, extremely strong at 145. And when he lost his first fight to Islam, and he comes back down in 3 months, 4 months to fight Yair at 145, he makes Yair look like a little boy, just fucking ragdolling him to the ground.
Did you fight Alex or Max before Yair?
He didn't fight. So he fought
Max and then Islam.
Max,
Yeah.
Islam, Yair.
Right.
Yeah, because then another like 4 or 5 months later.
You're right.
Because he has like 5 months off and then he fights again.
Yeah, you're right. I'm tripping.
So, yeah, I just remember this hype being around Yair, and where's Yair now? You get me?
Fighting Brian Ortega.
Fighting Brian Ortega, because that's all that there's left to do in this division.
Think that's next week, correct?
Yes. So, I mean, and I think these fucking guys need to be humbled. The difference is, I think Topuria is probably a better marketer for himself too. He's obviously making, like you said, he's making himself a documentary. I just don't see it, bro. And we can be completely wrong, and he can knock out Volk. I don't know. We don't know how Volk's gonna look. I don't see it. I see Volk ragdolling this little boy, like absolutely, because Yair's big for 145.
He's like 5'11".
He's big, and when I seen him with Volk, I'm like, God damn, this don't look. I don't like how this looks. I remember thinking that.
But the thing is, people forget. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Volk has a longer reach than these taller fighters.
Yeah, which is insane, bro. And are you gonna say Topuria's striking is better than Volk?
That's what they're saying.
That's insane, bro. Like, Max is arguably the best striker in this division and in the UFC. Period.
Put the pause on
the
him.
Fucking pause on him, bro.
Did people forget how? Did we just forget how great Volk is?
That's why I'm like, it's just so confusing, bro.
Is that a thing?
It's so confusing. He did get knocked the fuck out by the pound for pound greatest fighter in the UFC right now.
I'm sorry, on a week notice.
Yes, on 11 days. 11 days.
Fuck, my bad.
Yeah, 11 days notice. This dude was, prior to committing to this fight,
drinking beer.
He was drinking beer, and he just confirmed to everybody that he was fighting fucking depression because he wasn't in the octagon. And I think this is exactly what he fucking needed to get back into the, mental shape, because with a guy like this who calls himself the champ, when this guy, how many times he defended his belt? In 145?
Well,
yeah. 8 times? No, not 8. 7 times?
Max, Brian, Korean Zombie, Yair. I'm missing somebody else. And then he beat Max to win the belt. I think that's 5, 6 times, right?
I thought it was more than that.
I'll double check.
I don't know.
Well, I'm probably missing a fighter.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Oh, Brian Ortega.
You said him. I don't know, bro. Even if it's fucking 5, bro. Defended the belt 5 times. Because he's had the belt for like 4 years, bro.
Yeah, 5.
Fuck, bro. My bad. I'm being
Since 2019 when he's been champion. 2020 was his first title defense. So 4 years.
Jesus, bro. He's had the belt for 4 years, and you have guys like this come along, bro, and it's, it is what it is, part of the fight game. But man,
Time to humble.
I pray that honestly, it's like, I don't want to see him get knocked out again.
But we've seen Ilya get tagged too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Josh Emmett kind of tagged him too a couple times, but he's just probably too hurt to still have that pop in him.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
my and Ilya has probably the worst trash talk I've heard. Did you see the video where they were face to face before the fight gets announced and stuff like that? He calls him short boy.
And he's like an inch taller than him.
He's an inch taller than him, and he calls him short boy, and that was his way of trash talking.
And he was coming out of the octagon. He has shoes on. He does, and he's flat footed. It's like, bro, if he's got shoes on,
you're looking short, boy. And I was just like, what? I was like, what? You're 5'7", and he's 5'6".
Yeah, man. I'm excited though, bro.
We're gonna go to that place off the freeway to watch it. I'm excited. Not just play, but I'm excited, bro. Yeah, and then next weekend we got the Mexican card in the Sphere in Vegas. I think that's gonna be super dope.
That's in the Sphere.
Yeah.
Huh. That's dope. I thought it was, for some reason, the September card. That one.
No, I think Dana had said that this card coming up will be on the Sphere.
I thought this one was in Mexico.
Am I tripping then?
Yeah, because the one in September is in. I think this one's in Mexico, bro. Because the one in September is at the Sphere. Because he had to get this shit way in advance.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping then. I think it is in Mexico. You're right.
Yeah, because this is the one. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is in Mexico. Arena CDMX.
Hell yeah. What the fuck was I gonna tell you? Had to do with. Oh, what'd you think about Izzy's coach talking shit about Izzy?
About him being out of it, and
yeah, he was just saying that he was saying, how could you be worn out when you have to only do your job 3 times a year? What do you think about that?
I'm iffy about it. I'm 50-50. Obviously, you want a coach to put you to keep you in that space. So don't slack off. Keep your shit together. Mm-hmm. Do the right things outside of training and fighting and recovery and stuff like that. But he was fighting so much that he does need a break, bro. Maybe he was fighting too much. Maybe he was training too much. Maybe even him trying to recover was just his body's gone through so much.
I don't know. Go
ahead. So I can see it kind of both ways, but I just don't know how I feel about his coach coming out publicly and saying it. But obviously, you do want somebody like that to kind of, I guess, keep you humble, but also just kind of all right, I need to do better. He's right. He's my coach. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to make me better and make sure I do all the little things right. Mm-hmm. But also, Izzy's been fighting how many times a year for how long? He's had how many fights since he started fighting? How can you not be worn out,
I don't know. Because when I heard that, I'm like, man, that's kind of fucked up. But what he was mentioning too, along with, everything else, he was saying that he lost that fight because of the preparation for that fight, leading up to the fight. Not leading up to that fight. What he was doing prior to the preparation to. So whatever the fuck that means. Whether that means this dude wasn't as dialed in, wasn't, training how he should be training, partying. Because I would see a lot of videos of Izzy out with comedians, Izzy out with, just being in the scene.
Right.
Because he is the most famous fighter in the UFC.
Yeah, especially overseas, out of the US.
So it's more I could see that.
Do you think he got too comfortable?
I could see that, bro. Because obviously when you're that talented and skilled, a lot of it probably comes naturally. And I'm not saying he doesn't train hard. I'm not even saying that a little bit, but maybe that's just kind of how it really did. Because this guy, I don't remember his name, but I guess he's been with Izzy for a long fucking time. Mm-hmm. And hopefully this is what he needed to hear, bro. Because I do agree with that though, bro, because fight camp is 6 to 8 weeks. So let's just say 8 weeks is 2 months. So if you're fighting 3 times a year, 3 times 8, that's 2 months, 3 times 2, that's 6 months out of the year. You're preparing to fight. 6 months out of the year, if you really want to think about it, you could add another fight camp and another fight in a year. 4 fights in a year. Because who came up with the idea you need to fight 2 times a year? Like, who the fuck came up with that? Not people who were trying to be champion.
Yeah.
And then once you become champion, you only fight once, twice a year. I don't get it. But we've never understood that, though. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we've never understood that. Like, I don't know. I don't agree with that either. I think they should fight 3-4 times a year, in my opinion. I know it's a lot. What the fuck am I? I'm just somebody on the couch. I'm sure it's a lot. But if that's your job and you are only working, 6 months a year, it's not that much, bro. It's a lot of time to fuck off.
Also depends on if you suffer an injury, how bad the injury is. Because
That's true.
I hear they suffer injuries throughout like training a lot.
That's true. But as long as it's not catastrophic.
For the most part, I mean, all fighters fight pretty banged up as it is.
Yeah.
But I think 3 is the given number. 3, I think 3
But nobody fights 3 times a year. Him and Volk are the only ones.
Yeah. And Kamaru.
Not no more.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. I just wanted to hear what you had to say about
Charles. He fight 3 times.
He used to. Not no more.
That's what they need. They need these active champs, man. Sean O'Malley might not even fight 3 times a year now.
He's gonna fight this time and he's gonna fight twice. He's
gonna fight this one time and then fight
in December.
Tank.
He's gonna fight in December. What's up with him wanting Topuria and not Volk? I don't get that.
I don't.
Like, bro, you're a fucking twink for that division, bro.
Yeah. Because if Topuria goes in there and knocks out Volk, you want that.
He's not gonna. I don't know. I've been wrong so many fucking times on this podcast, bro. Jesus.
I'm standing on business on this one though. I feel pretty confident. I think I can go 5 for 5.
I don't know. I think everything could, but I just don't think Robert Whittaker is gonna beat Paulo Costa.
No.
Bro.
I can see it.
The wrestling, bro, I just don't see it.
Maybe we see a different Whittaker. Maybe we see
No
the
way.
old head and the old technique come into play.
No
and like,
way, bro.
I'm too old to be.
What is he?
banging
36, 35?
About that.
He's old, bro.
Only could hope for. Huh? But if Paulo Costa wins, I think that'll be a funny press conference, or not press conference, funny interview.
Motherfucker himself.
I beat all these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Easy. Calls him out. Calls out Brian Ortega because he took his girl.
What do you think about 300 before we wrap it up?
We got one more fight to be announced, I believe, and there's a lot of speculations and.
Oh, I heard that Dana White said he's gonna announce it Saturday night.
After the fight.
So you know what that means? What do you think that means? He's announcing it Saturday night after the fight. Tell me what it means. I know what it means.
Aspinall versus Pereira.
You think that since he's announcing it after the press conference, it's going to be something out of the park like that? No. It's going to be Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards. If it was something that crazy like that, he would definitely be on his social media, not after the fights at 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, to where how many people are watching the post fight? How many people are asleep? They just finished the fight. That's not how he's going to handle it.
Do you think that's the way he should even announce it? Because even if whoever it is, it's 300. It's not no regular card.
I know, but that it seems like what it seemed like to me is from what I've been hearing, is that they want Hamzat versus Leon. Well, Hamzat's having visa issues coming to the States.
And the thing is, that's a risky fight to make.
Yeah.
Because it's at 170. The last time, he didn't even make 170. So just.
But that's what Ariel was saying. That's what Chael Sonnen was saying. So.
I mean, it's not a bad fight. I'll still take it.
It's not going to happen, though, bro. It's not.
No, I'm talking like Bilal and Leon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll still take it. It's not a bad fight. I'll still take it. I'll still watch it.
But it's just
for 300, I don't know.
It's gonna be good.
I would think Pereira versus Tom Aspinall would be the would probably make me orgasm. But
because he's been like hyping it up himself. That's why everybody keeps talking about it, because he's hyping it up like this is going to be the greatest card of all time. Which, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not going to be, because it's stacked from top to bottom, literally. But I mean, that's going to be the main event. Bilal's going to be the main event. That's not selling tickets, bro. Cody Garbrandt's selling more tickets than Bilal Muhammad,
unfortunately.
So, yeah, that's. I just wanted to see what you had to say about that, bro.
I mean, I'm excited. We'll see what Saturday night comes to. Even if he does announce it, or we'll see. We can only hope for a banger and an absolute show for 300. But other than that, though, we got next week. I'll watch the Mexican card. A couple more weeks after that, Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera, which I'm super stoked for. That card is also a banger.
Mm-hmm.
I think got some good fight nights in between. And then 300.
Yep.
Go watch it at the casino. All right, then, man. You got anything else, brother?
That's it, bro.
All right, then, y'all. That's going to conclude our little sports episode.
Yep.
Next week, we'll come back, and then we'll drop some knowledge on y'all. But hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope you guys enjoy this fight card coming up. Mm-hmm. Put your money on my 5 fights, and you'll be a winner.
We'll see about that.
Or
bro.
you can go with Danny here. With Danny Boy.
Or you can go with Bubba here.
Or you can go with Bubster. The old Bubba Rooney.
Yeah.
Or what'd you say at the message?
Bubba Ganoush.
Bubba Ganoush. All right, then, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good weekend. Drink responsibly.
All right, take care.
This episode is dropped out to you by Rogue.
Yeah.
All right, then, y'all.